Hey guys, welcome. Welcome aboard if you're brand new. Welcome back if you're not. Welcome home if that sits well for you, given this channel, these messages. I am going to do another pick a card reading for approximately your next 10 days, depending on whenever you listen to this. We don't have to be timed about it. It can be absolutely timeless. And as always, what resonates for you, please feel free to pick that up and run with it if it feels right. And if it doesn't fit or if it doesn't sit well, feel free to leave it here. That's absolutely okay. It might not be your message. So we have 3 different decks. You can choose whichever one you feel most drawn to. This is Shadowscapes Tarot. The crystal here is a Citrine. Deck number 2 is Tarot by Caro. It's one of my favorite decks. It was a gift with this beautiful agate moon. And then the Moonlight Tarot with the Amethyst. So go ahead and take a minute. Just feel into whichever one of these piles or decks or stones resonates most strongly with you. Take your time, breathe into it, and remember, this is where the magic happens, right? Because this is where you become part of the equation. Your intuition is valuable, and it's going to lead you to the right messages. So just take a minute. We'll just sit quietly. Okay, let's get into your reading. All right, pile 1. You have chosen this Citrine crystal and the Shadowscapes Tarot deck. Everything is, as always, pre-shuffled. And just remember, I do not read reversals, and I just kind of shuffle until cards fall out. So what we're looking at is any messages or insights or energies that you need to be, paying attention to for the next 10 days from whenever this finds you. So we start with the Knight of Pentacles and the 4 of Cups. So the Knight of Pentacles, this equates to earth energy, right? And Knights are about movement and how you're moving through the world. So consider the way that you are approaching a task or a situation or a relationship in your life. Where are you giving it your all? And where are you perhaps stuck in a rut, right? Because sometimes the Knight of Pentacles it feels like he's plodding forward, like, you know, he's the slowest knight in the deck. He always gets where he's going, but sometimes he forgets to look up and look around. Next to this, we have the 4 of Cups, and cups are about our emotions, right? How we feel. Yeah, there we go. And this 4 of Cups kind of indicates a little bit of boredom. Like, if you can look at her, she's just kind of hanging out. She's not very engaged. There's an element of reverie, right? Of dreams and visions. But mostly this is a card of being a little disconnected or dissociated. And so the question then becomes, where are you not really engaged in your journey? And where are you just going through the motions, right? Where are you, just stuck in your routine, just doing things the way that they've always been done, just following in your own footsteps, perhaps, as opposed to blazing your own trail, right? And so as we move into that Page of Swords, this is an indicator that something is coming into your field that will shift or change your beliefs or kind of light up your intellect, your expression, and perhaps jar you awake, right? This is plodding. This is just moving forward for the sake of progressing. It's kind of like that zombie shuffle, right? And then that Page of Swords comes in with a revelation, with an aha, with something that you may not have known before. You know, that is indicated here by the Hermit, right? The Hermit is a card of finding your own inner light, of really doing that work, of letting that navel gazing energy really become illuminated, right? For a quest for illumination, for when we look up and we see what might be off in the distance that we weren't looking at before, but we get to see that light. And the key here is, you know, the light for the Hermit is always that inner quest. It's always that inner journey. It's always seeking your own inner truth and bringing that forward. And guess what? That's never boring. And then we have Justice down here. So if you can perhaps see in this card the butterflies, right, indicating how we move forward as transformed, right, how that inner light shapes us and changes us and leads us to that next right place, that next right path. Which may feel very different from the path that we've been traveling. And the question is, do you dare to pick up that sword, to pick up that communication, that expression, that next level of beingness that will bring you into deeper balance, into deeper harmony, that will bring you into, I don't even want to use the word fairness, but that will bring you into perhaps presence, right, with that next right thing, with that next right path. And as you see, she has options, right? She's traveling that path. Oh boy, she's moving forward. And so look, we get Pluto, which again is all about transformation, right? Pluto is definitely the heal it or the blow it the fuck up. That's how Pluto rolls, right? Pluto is not asking you to sit with it, right? Pluto is not going to allow you to just plod forward. Pluto is going to put pressure on, right? That underworld energy is seismically, tectonically pressurized. And the more you sit and wait, right, the deeper that pressure gets until you get to that tipping point, which is heal it or blow it the fuck up. And then we get this lovely Wisdom of the Oracle card, here and now, past, present, and future, right? Where are you in that mix? Let's see what this has to say to us, right? Being fully present in the moment and living one day at a time, right? Neither of these cards are necessarily fully present in the moment. Both of these majors are fully present in the moment, and the vessel, the vehicle for that is that Page of Swords, that new information that comes in. Everything happens in the now, in the present. Only this moment counts. Fair, right? Where we're going really is not the quest. Where we've been, where we're spiraling in our reverie, that is not also where we are going, right? Here and here, this moment, you are the fulcrum, right? You're not either side of this scale, the balance. You are the fulcrum upon which it rests. And so only this moment counts. You have what it takes to handle anything today if you let go of the need to look into the future or reflect on the past, right? Be present and notice what is going on right now. This very moment has the potential for you to create miracles in your life, right? In this moment, we are transformed. In this moment, we have the power to shift or change and recognize our divinity. In this moment, we have the power to heal it and blow it the fuck up. Either way, right? Presence. Your presence is what's required. No drifting off. No forward motion in the zombie shuffle, right? Find that thing. Be on the lookout for whatever this idea is that's going to allow you to shift and change and move into that next level that you're being asked to occupy, right? Beautiful. So pile 1, be on the lookout. I would love to hear how this lands for you. So have a beautiful 10 days whenever this finds you, right? Big blessings. And thanks for watching. Let's move on. Alrighty, pile number 2, welcome. You have chosen the Tarot by Caro with this gorgeous, gorgeous agate moon. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into your reading. To remind you, I do not read reversals, and I just generally shuffle until something tries to leap out at us, right? And so we're talking about any messages or insights that are interesting or critical for you for the next 10 days. For those of you who've chosen pile number 2, and we start with the King of Wands, right? King of Wands is beautiful energy. Now, here in Eileen Land, kings are about mastery. And the key to kings and mastery is that we understand the power of this wand energy, which is fire energy, right? This is about feeling motivated. It's about inspiration, passionate engagement, right? But the King of Wands knows when to move and when to wait. Though his energy is that of impulse, he does not move impulsively, right? And next to him we have the 8 of Wands and then the 5 of Cups. So this is an interesting lineup here. So 8 of Wands, definitely movement based on passion. But the 8 of Wands is that energy of balanced motion, right? It's swift but sure progress. Now the 5 of Cups, Cups of course being energy surrounding emotions and feelings. This 5 specifically is a card of focus. And so the 5 of Cups asks you, are you focused on the 3 spilled cups that could indicate, right, sadness or loss or pain? Or are you looking up and backward toward those 2 full cups that offer you emotional contentment and bliss and happiness? So this is about where are you focusing, right? What is it that is drawing you forward? Where, well, there you go. What is it that is your invitation toward movement, right? How are you allowing yourself to be pulled forward? Are you following your, are you following your inspiration? Or are you following your pain, right? Are you leaning in or are you leaning away? And with the Devil and the 6 of Cups down here, let's have this conversation. The Devil is a card of attachment, right? Both of these cards are very embedded in 3D reality. The Devil is how we are attached, how we live in our story, right? How we create through our expectation or through our devotion to a story that may or may not be true in the present moment, right? And this 6 of Cups is, this is unconditional love, right? This is that beauty when it comes to, you know, I always call it that loving like you've never been hurt card, right? And so, oh boy. So the ways that you are choosing between an old story, right? This can be distraction. This can be addiction. This can be something that might not have your best interest at heart, but feels great, right? We love it because it's comfort zone. We love it because it's the place we fall back into, right? And so where's your focus, right? Where's your focus? Is your focus in this creature comfort kind of indulgent, opulent sort of, this is bodily choices. This is lust. This is addiction. This is dopamine, right? This is unhealthy attachment patterns. And this Six of Cups asks you whether or not you're willing to move forward, right? And sometimes what we need to move forward in is releasing our focus on the things that are not really feeding our soul, but might be feeding our dopamine receptors, right? And guess what? That's a real, that's a very real and practical sort of habit in our immediacy world. We want immediate gratification as opposed to something that we have to put off. And here's the question. The question is, can you dive deeply enough to get past these attachments? Can you dive deeply enough to get to the root of your focus? Can you dive deeply enough to get into the heart of your reasoning behind why you're focused here, instead of why you may not be leaning into that beautiful sense of unconditional love, right? These are both cups, right? One comes after the other. When you shift your focus, you get that extra cup, that beautiful place of unstruck, right? That's the anahata in Sanskrit means the unstruck, right? This is that place where your heart has never been hurt. You're so open and confident, right? You're not bound by whatever experience you may have had. And in so choosing, right, you allow yourself to move forward as your passion, as your real passion, right? That King of Wands understands when the correct motion happens as opposed to the reflexive motion. Let's read this Wisdom of the Oracle, number 5, right? Orphaned. This goes beautifully here. A sense of loss, an identity crisis, recognizing that you don't fit in, the need to belong, uncertainty about your place. We were all meant to have connections with other people, within our families, societies, within the larger culture. No man is an island. And it's important to recognize when being a part of, rather than separate from, is essential to your well-being, right? It's important to recognize when being a part of, rather than separate from, is essential to your well-being. The issue at hand is the need to find where you fit, right? Be true to your core truths and values, absolutely. Perhaps you no longer identify with a group or community in the way you did before and need to find a new situation. You might be feeling a deep sense of loss or confusion. Address the need for belonging and know that you will find your place with others of like mind and spirit. It's okay to let go of the pressure to fit in. Not everyone will understand you, and it's time to move on, right? And so the key here is to really lean into your own alignments and figure out what it is that you require, right? Where are you focused? Where is your passion leading you? And where can you pull up stakes, pull out of this requirement, right? This need for externally sourced dopamine and really lean into your own endorphin system, right? A big deal, right? So we also have the Triskele, right? This is a symbol representing eternity. And in paganism, it represents the three aspects of the goddess, right? The maiden, the mother, and the crone. This also represents the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. It's equal in all aspects of its cycle, right? And so focusing in any one area, right, can create a place where you're not looking at something else. So if you're so embedded in distraction or addiction or dissociation, you're not perhaps witnessing the opportunities that you have to bloom into your fullness, right? Do you have the capacity to witness that in the deep dive, right? So this can also represent action and cycles and progress and revolution. When this symbol appears in your cards, the time to move forward is now. You've been dwelling upon a situation or are stuck in inaction where action or moving forward is required. Take the steps to break the stagnancy that is currently affecting your situation, right? And the key here is to shift your focus. Dive into the reasons behind it. Figure it out, whatever it may be. Get help or facilitation if that's required for you. But this is asking you, inviting you to lean in, to create your own urgency and sense of shift. And no one gets to do that work for you, only you, because only you know how it feels. Only you can balance it out for yourself and change your focus. But pile 2, you can do that. I believe that is your message. So good luck. I hope you have great fortune figuring that out. And thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Take care. Big blessings. Okay, hi, pile number 3. You have chosen the lovely Moonlight Tarot and the beautiful Amethyst crystal. So let's get into your reading. It bears repeating that I do not read reversals, and I just generally kind of shuffle until something jumps out. So let's go ahead and see what your, messages or insights might be for the next 10-ish days about whatever might be needed in terms of action in your life. Okay, so the Four of Swords and the Page of Swords, right? That Four of Swords indicates that you might be healing from some kind of sadness or loss or pain or betrayal. And pages are always about information that's coming toward you. And so whatever that might be, allow for that messaging to come in, right? Be alert, be on guard, witness it, and remember that messages come from many different messages, right? Each messenger is absolutely identical and equally as important. And so whether or not this is a hearing message, a feeling message, a smell, a sight, a sound, a taste, it doesn't matter. This is about how you interpret your messaging. And so you're being asked to pay attention, right? The Hierophant indicates that perhaps your sadness or pain is the result of an expectation or a tradition that you have put your beliefs in, right? Swords are about beliefs, our intellect, right? Our intelligence, how we communicate, how we process and express ideas. And the Hierophant is a card that suggests that in some ways or some places, you may have been holding on to something that you have yourself not examined. The Hierophant often comes in as tradition, family belief, right? This is the way that we've always done a thing, but this is what we believe, right? And as we come into our grown-up selves, we are required to really lean into that concept of the self-examined life. And as such, you may find that something is dropping in to help you reframe or kind of catalyze a new conversation or a new perception, a new perspective when it comes to, okay, we got you. When it comes to, wow, all right, when it comes to how you're going to choose to move forward, right? So pages are that piece of information. The Hierophant is always about a key, right? You are the key. You have the key. The key is offered. The key is available to you. And so all you have to do is pay attention and be willing to witness it. Down here we have the Lovers and the Ten of Cups. This is kind of amazing. When it comes to the way that this rolls through. So the Lovers is a card of divinely blessed union, right? So I would suggest that this speaks of, wow, an actual person that might be the delivery system for you. Someone that you know, someone that you trust or already are in heart-based communication with. And as such, so pay attention, right, to your inner circle. And so then you have the Ten of Cups, right? The Lovers is also indicative as a card of choice. And so this is a belief that you must choose to shift and change. You must choose to do that work in order to integrate that new belief, that new thought form, that new pattern, that new way of being or behaving or creating in the world. And whether that's an actual thing that you want to create or whether that's actually you, it doesn't really matter. The key is that whatever that shift or change is going to bring you to this Ten of Cups energy. And this Ten of Cups energy is lovely. It's expansive. It's heart encompassing. Well, see, there you go. It is the way that you feel into the world, right? This is bliss. This is shared creation of contentment and satisfaction. And so however it is that you have to release something, the payoff is huge. The payoff is huge. So I would absolutely encourage you to use this sword as a tool to cut away whatever is not working, whatever is keeping you stuck or stagnant or in pain, these expectations, these outdated, clinging to old beliefs, right? Allow yourself to make the divinely blessed choice, right? The Lovers is also a card of choice, right? To lean into that divine gift. And I'm just telling you, whatever it is well worth it, right? Ten of Cups is that beautiful, heart open, expansive, just pure joy, right? So you are your choices, right? In fact, yes, you are. And guess what? The Four of Swords is absolutely this. This is the consequence of your choices, right? So swords are about beliefs and ideas. This is the way that your beliefs and ideas have created pain in your life. So if you are your choices and you have chosen to act in such a way that you've created pain or sadness in your life, you get to choose a different way. How do we do that? Heart chakra, of course, right? We lean into that heart chakra. We perhaps search our heart instead of just listening to doctrine or dogma, right? Instead of just saying, oh yes, that's what we do. That's how we've always done it. This is the way that goes, right? Sure, but does it feel good for you? Is that where you've chosen to expend your energy, to put your belief, to express yourself, right? However that is to you, is that in alignment with your divine self, with your highest invitation? Well, I mean, if it's not. So the heart chakra in Sanskrit, the word is anahata, and that means the unstruck, right? So it goes back to that little saying about dance like no one's watching, love like you've never been hurt, right? This is actually love like you've never been hurt. This is the unstruck. That's what anahata means, the unstruck. And so this is your purest heart. No jadedness, no expectation of pain, right? Only openness. Only openness here will get you where you need to be. And that seems to be your invitation. So let's check out this Wisdom of the Oracle card, right? You've got number 8, which is the tribe. Community, belonging, being seen and understood by others, like-minded connections, a sense of family and friendship, knowing your place in the world, right? Absolutely. This card signals a new affiliation with a group. Humans are social creatures, and we need to know how useful we are to our tribes, our families, and our communities. In a tribe, everyone has an important function and feels like I matter. Membership in the group provides a sense of belonging, of kinship, of purpose that comes from working together for the greater fulfillment of all. Perhaps you are part of a spiritual community or an artistic one. Perhaps you are in a learning community where you share your love of education. Regardless of its form or focus, your community brings you joy. Sure does. You will be inspired by it, and you will want to contribute to it. Your contribution may be small as showing up or as large as being its leader. No matter your position in the tribe, your presence is required. So this is about showing up, right? In the fullness of your heart and soul. No matter what it is, you get to make that choice, right? And here's the deal. Sometimes when we're in community, we're being asked to follow a certain set of beliefs or doctrine or dogma. If that does not line up with your own personal beliefs about what feels right to you, it's your obligation to take that stand in your tribe, right? That is how you get to choose to be in your truest heart, is to speak your truth, right? That's the key here. And what it brings you is love, is bliss, right? Is the fullness of your own soul being witnessed and seen and loved. And here's the deal. That choice is the way that you fall into tribe. That's how you know, right? When you show your true heart, when you can be confident and feel safe speaking your truth instead of regurgitating someone else's line. That is how you actually know you have found your tribe. So if that's your litmus test this week, pile number 3, I wish you luck and beautiful blessings. What a lovely mission. Yeah, be blessed. Thanks for listening. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed your messages. I'd love to hear whether or not they resonated for you. And I hope that you have a super blessed week. If you'd like to share or like this video, that would be amazing. And if you'd like to listen to any of my other videos, I do a lot of astrology, a lot of tarot, a lot of energy. So be blessed, take care, and I'll see you next time.